Okay, now we're on lesson 3. You should only see my hands right now because in the last few videos, well, the 2 videos, there has been glares and you really need to look at my hands so you can actually see what I'm doing. So today I am going to continue with guitar tablature and show you some fun, useful techniques, and after this video it will mainly be all chords. We'll get into playing songs that you know, but it's also important to note that chords are made up of notes, so this whole tablature thing is not a complete waste of time. For like example, I was learning a song this weekend, Grenade by Bruno Mars, and I saw the tab version and I wondered, like, you can also play the chord version to it too, because it tells you above it, like, play D chord but then strum each string. So I was doing that, and I'll play both versions for you right now to show you. So that was the tab version of the intro, and if you want to hear the chord version, it's just going to be strumming it all together. So I prefer the chord sound, but in the tablature part, I hope you noticed something different I did. You probably didn't know what it's called, but it's one of the techniques, and I'm going to show you right now. So this is a D minor chord, and you'll be learning chords later, but just to note that. But so it is in the D minor chord, the technique that I did, and it's the last note, so I hope you catch it. So if you heard that, the last note I played was a G sharp, but I did not strum it, and that technique is called a hammer-on. If you looked into finding tabs to play when I told you to practice them from the last video, you will probably have come across it but didn't realize it. It's represented as an H in the tab part, and to play it, you strike the string, but then you slam your finger on it with your fret hand, and afterwards you do not re-pick the string. So if you want to try that, just remember, for the best results, you need to use the tip of your finger, because you slam your whole finger on, it's not going to, like, you're probably going to hit other strings, and you don't want to hit the other strings. But remember, don't slam it too soft, so like it'll show you, like, that was a little good enough, so you're not going to hear it if you do it too soft. And if you do it too hard, you don't want to, like, chop your finger off, and it'll probably mute the string, and then you won't get the full effect of it. So to do it, you're just going to, so let's start with an open E on the first string, and we're going to use the 3rd fret. So I'm going to strum, slam my finger on. So try to practice that. So you're going to strum, slam finger on, and do not re-strum. Let's try other fingers. So that is a hammer-on. And now that you know hammer-ons, there is an opposite to hammer-ons, and they're known as pull-offs. For pull-off, your finger is already on the fret, so let's keep it there on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And then you are going to strike the string, then pull off it without re-striking. So we're starting on the same one as the last one. Use your tip of your finger, strum, pull off. And notice how I don't like really just like softly do it, because you want to kind of get the string hitting off your finger, but don't do it too hard, because that doesn't sound that good at all. Don't do it too soft, because you're really not going to hear it, kind of getting a delayed sound from it too. Kind of just want to slightly take your finger off it. So let's try that with our other fingers. Use your ring finger. So that is a pull off. Now let's try doing hammering on and then pulling off right after. So starting on the same string and fret. I'm gonna don't start open first. So we're gonna try each finger out. So you want to practice that a little bit. So I'm going to note right now that those aren't like the only techniques. There are other things, but that'll just get you started for now because there are a lot of other things and you probably shouldn't look into the other things until you're after beginner level because it's a lot of other stuff that you don't really need to know right now. So if you want to try to apply it to something, you could try the last time we learned the want to mess around with that and try some hammer-ons and pull-offs. Realize that it's not going to sound right because it wasn't intended to be played that way, but you can kind of get your own little spin-off of it. So you could be like, see? So we're going to hammer on, strum, hammer on, pull off, hammer on, pull off, hammer on, wait, let me get this right first. Hammer on, strum, hammer on, pull off, hammer on, strum, pull off. So go out and practice that, and next time we will be beginning chords. So try to get into tablature as much as you can because we're moving on from there. See you next week.